Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hoodlums of all ages, I am the Comic Outlaw, and today we will be doing Star Wars Dark Emperor number 2. And we're going to pick up right where we left off with Luke Skywalker, our hero of the Rebel Alliance, felt something deep and dark in the Empire and has decided to investigate and to see if they can find a way to stop these devastators. These giant machines that suck up everything in their path and turns it into more ships, more armor. This thing absorbs everything and builds onto itself. Just a giant factory of destruction, a perfect toy for the new empire. And as our group of rebels are traveling from place to place, trying to gather up all their strength and figure out how they're going to stop these devastators that are new onto the board. In the sudden rise of the Empire, after all these years, something has brought them together. They were separated, but now they found purpose. And as the two leaders, Amr Akbar, and of course one of the main leaders of the Senate, they try to discuss how they're going to fix this situation, how they're going to get out of it, and exactly what they're going to do. And as these ships fly off to their secret rebel base, and yes, just like the movies, they do have their own little slice of secret heaven that the Empire does not yet know about. And as the Millennium Falcon touches down to land, as well as a few supply ships, everyone's on edge, feeling that tremor, wondering what's going to happen next, especially with Luke gone. Their one and only Jedi Knight for now. And look, you get a nice close-up of what this Devastator is that I'm talking to you about, as it slowly makes its way to another planet so it can destroy everything in its path, continuing victories for the Empire. And as these Devastators choose to land on Calamari, the home of Admiral Akbar, they descend ready to destroy, ready to dominate, ready to do the will of the Empire. And as the Calamari does put up a bit of a fight, they are outmatched, outgunned, and simply not prepared for the destruction these devastators do. As you can see, explosions going off as these devastators suck up everything in their path: ships, people, buildings, anything. They will destroy and reuse it, for it is the will of the Empire to crush the rebellion under its heel. And what better place to set an example than Akbar's home planet? A planet that has been resistant to the Empire since the beginning. A planet that must be crushed under the weight and under the heel of the black jackboot of a true dark side wielder, of a true master of the Empire. Now, as Han and Leia stand there plotting, wondering, Leia reaches out, feeling for Luke, feeling that he's lost somewhere in the darkness. And as always, Han has a bad feeling about this. And now we reach Luke Skywalker, who is in this old Clone Wars ship. This is a pre-cartoon that was designed to hold Jedi Knights, to transfer them from one place to the other. Sort of a specialized prison vessel for these powerful beings. And as the Empire heads to one of its own locations, Biss, it's around one of the core galaxies is filled with dark side energy. Perfect place for the Empire to rest and plot their next attacks. Now, as Luke gets transferred from one pod to the other, a specialized cage that's supposed to be designed for holding Jedis, him and R2 are sucked right into it. And as these people comment and wonder, will it hold him? Will it contain him? It's been many years since they've even held a Jedi in one of these ships. Luke doesn't seem worried. In fact, He's not worried at all, for he is a Jedi Master. And as they dare threaten him with a wave of his hand, an energy burst appears from his hand, and he uses the Force to push them back. Yes, the true power of a Jedi Knight. And they let him go off by himself. The fool, they think. Let it be his own choice. Let him walk into his own disaster. And as Luke walks off, R2 in tow, he finally gets to the man sitting at the throne, and it ends up being Emperor Palpatine. Darth Sidious himself is back from the dead. And though Luke is surprised, and yet not, because the energy had felt so familiar, so powerful. And the Emperor goes on to explain that he's given the rebels so much time to rebuild, to redo, and they've done nothing. Without the Jedi Knights, the Republic is worthless. They don't even know how to defend themselves, how to hold their own ground, or to keep it. Now at this moment, Luke is conflicted. Does he strike him down? For once and for all, does he take the Emperor out? Or does he listen to the Emperor? Does he listen to Darth Sidious and take his offer to be at his side, to take his father's place, his rightful place, as an apprentice, an heir to the dark side, a dark lord? And as Luke realizes this, he puts his lightsaber down, drops to his knee, as his father once did, to do the bidding of Darth Sidious. As R2 beeps in the background, wondering what's next for this Jedi who's chosen the darker path, and as Leia, with her connection with Luke, feels cold, that he's lost somewhere in the darkness, and they must find him. She has to find him. She has to bring him back to the light. For the rebellion may be lost. But Han's not worried about that. He's worried about his wife, his best friend Luke, and his other friend Chewie, his other best friend, as they stand by each other. And Han says that famous line that he has a bad feeling, and now they're going to have to go and meet and find the dark side. Once again, what will happen? Who knows? Well, we'll have to wait for the next time, won't we? For this is Jack Slater, the comic outlaw, and as always, I will catch you on the flip side, yeah.